Ripple IPO juiciness? This guy would be excited to see some action like that. What if I told you Jerome Powell's set to hit the mic in a couple days and that might shake up the old markets a bit? Speaking of the Fed, we've got a Fed biggie out there saying, guess what? CBDCs don't help us moving money at all. We've got the Fed Now service. Told you Fed Now was a competition to crypto. I don't know what it is. I feel bored with the setup. Comment down below. Give me some ideas. What should I do with the background? I got this whole room to work with. Adrian Rodriguez says, the funny thing is that ends up with making all the money is the people that make the commercial. Referring to the video I did earlier about Gary Gensler ripping on, yes, paid actors hyping up crypto and stocks. Idris Elba for Stellar. Oh, there you go. A little Matt Damon action. What about a little Larry David action? Good call, Adrian. They were the ones that definitely made the money. Speaking of money, Jeremy Touche supporting the channel big time here as late. Everyone, seriously, give Jeremy a huge round of applause. Seriously, big time support lately of the channel. By the way, thank you to everyone who has been commenting, subscribing. It has been huge support lately. Thank you everyone with super chats, donations. Greatly appreciated. Jeremy says, I found a different way. Very odd, though. I know what you're talking about, man. Anyway, appreciate you. Appreciate you too, sir. We all do because you are helping keep this channel sponsor free, which means we could be BS free. Bitcoin's in at 28,450, ETH 1560, XRP 49.2 with XLM sitting at 10.3. Not good, everyone. Not good at all. By the way, HBAR sitting at 4.6. Fed's Powell set to speak October 19th ahead of the blackout period. All right. The blackout period is where the Fed's not allowed to make public comments because they're too close to their major decision of their Fed rate hike announcement, okay? So what happens is Powell's going to come out on the 19th. If I can get a feed for it that's quality, I will do a live stream on it. It'd be really cool to see what he says because that'll give us some insights, all right? Now, that being said, the blackout period, they're going to be quiet and they're going to come out with their rate hike decision. Honestly, we're all sitting here thinking they're going to pause. That's November 1st, by the way, okay? So that's what we got going on. Like I said, if you see the live stream, be awesome. Digital dollar not needed to solve existing payment system, Fed Governor Bowman. Well, this isn't good, is it? All right, so this is coming from Bowman. I have yet to see a compelling argument that a U.S. CBDC would solve any of these problems more effectively or efficiently than alternatives or with fewer downside risks for consumers and for the economy. All right. What she's talking about is like the friction of moving money internationally. And a lot of us out there are like, yo, crypto is an answer. CBDCs are an answer. And what she's saying is she's like, look, there's a lot of risk. Talking about all the hacks, scams, and schemes. And what Michelle is talking about, sorry, Michelle Bowman, my bad on that. What Michelle Bowman is talking about is that, guess what? Through Fed Now, participating banks, businesses, and consumers can send and receive instant payments in real time around the clock every day of the year with immediate available funds. See what she's saying? Saying that Fed Now is a service that can provide that without all the risk of crypto CBDCs. She also goes on to say that CBDCs also have risks of consumer protection, right? Like it violates a lot of consumer protection stuff because you would be able to definitely track where that money goes. Can't do that now. Definitely cannot do that now. So you got to be very careful here. And it's very interesting to hear these Fed heads come out, start talking about their views of crypto CBDCs. Michelle out there going, guess what? We got Fed Now, so why do you need crypto? Told you, everyone. Fed Now is a competitor to crypto. Everyone out there, right, was hyping it up, saying, oh my God, Fed Now is going to be built on crypto. No, it's a competitor. It's all about moving money and making money on the movement of money. It's business opportunity, everyone. That's all this is about, money and controlling the flow of money. Ripple job posting sparks and IPO rumors. Well, XRP price finally crossed 100. What the fuck are you talking about, cross 100? Can't even get to $1. Okay, so IPO action. Let's talk about it here in depth, all right? And this is basically what happened. In a listing that was shared by multiple influencers in the XRP community, it looks to be that they are on the hunt for a shareholder communications senior manager. Now, according to the job listing requirements, whoever is accepted for this role will be expected to basically work with multiple teams at Ripple and maintain comms between prospective shareholders and investors. You can have that for privately run companies too. They have private shareholders. So don't read in too deep to this. Now, if they're going to be doing some IPO action, let's real quick and keep the learning train going on with John Deaton. Now, Deaton would be in the know, obviously. Deaton says there won't be an announcement of an IPO either. Who approves the IPO? That's the SEC. And what Deaton's basically saying is there's no way in hell Ripple is going to get an IPO in the United States. So the only chance you're going to have that is outside of the United States. If any of you out there are outside of the United States and hear any big leads about it, please share it with us. But we're not right now. We're not in the United States. It's just not going to happen. The SEC approves IPO filings, so you're not going to see it in the U.S. Now, if Ripple Labs were to file in the United States with IPOs, and this is not just the United States, this is with a shit ton of countries out here, they would have to file with their regulating system. Now, in the United States, what you can do is you can use Edgar, and this is why people want this. Okay, this is why people like me out here want crypto to be regulated a little bit more like securities, but without all of the same oomph, okay? And here's what I'm talking about. In crypto, you got no idea what any of these companies are doing. No idea how the money's being spent. No idea who's in control of it. None of it, right? It's just like total blind, all right? These publicly traded companies have to register with the SEC and SECs around the globe. Now, not every SEC organization is rough like the one here in the United States. Some of them are very favorable to work with. But what you can do is you can find out everything you want about a company. Like we could put in Tesla, okay? So I could key in Tesla, and I'm going to find all the reports for Tesla. You're going to find a whole bunch of insider trading reports, all right? Form number 4. These are all insider traders. So you know if Elon Musk is selling. You know if Robin Denholm is selling. So you know if the bigs are selling and dumping out, when they plan to sell, what they're selling for. You know all this stuff. It's public. You also get their quarterly reports. The quarterly reports are important and the annual reports are important is because you can start seeing what they have on the books finance-wise. This is why a lot of people out there that get heavy into gold, that get heavy into commodities, that get heavy into oil-backed stuff, a lot of this stuff is all based on filings and knowledge of what these companies have in their books, right? So you wouldn't be worried if Tesla stock is going down because people are like, oh, you're going to go bankrupt. Yeah, but if they've got billions and billions and billions in the bank, well, then why would they be having that, right? Why would they be going bankrupt? So you can use these reports along with the insider trading reports to get a better idea on what's going on with a company. So like I said, you get your 10 Qs here, all right? You get your 10Ks, 10 Qs. You get a whole bunch of good quarterly and annual reports. You get to see the financials of the company. That's why a lot of us out there, if Ripple were to go to the IPO route in the US, which would only be able to happen once they were done with the court case, they would have to clear up everything with the SEC, be in good standing with the SEC. But if it were to happen, that means then Ripple would have to file, just like Tesla does, file all this junk in here, right? I mean, guys, there's tons and tons of this stuff. Like, look at all these reports. I mean, there are so freaking many of them, right? And there's so many different types. That was just quarterly and annual reports, right? We would get a better insight to what's going on with the finances, better cause and effect. Because when you look at it here, look, there is some oomph here in XRP, okay? Right? Look at the pop here on misrepresented Bitcoin news. Misrepresented Bitcoin news does not happen to this publicly traded crap. Why? Because if companies are moving money like that, if they are selling their own things, if there is some big thing like that, it's all publicly filed. So there is no like BS and shenanigans. It's not like someone could say, oh, XRP usage up 8,050 billion%. And then they can't cite it. It's like, oh, my hidden sources. No, they would all have to go into Edgar right here and look the stuff up and it would be verifiable or not. So this is, again, it's another layer of protection for the consumer out there. Now, I'm not saying that Gary Gensler, the way he does it, is great. But what I am saying is as publicly traded companies in countries across the globe have to file similarly like the SEC stuff. And they have to file and they have to declare all this stuff so that you have a way better insight into what the company's doing and that there's no shenanigans and that the numbers that they report are legitimately the numbers that they report and not faked out numbers or faked out news that cause massive pumps like this and then dumps like this that wrecked over $110 million. That's right, everyone. $110 million was lost by misreporting of the news. Sorry doesn't get those people their $110 million back, but you know what does? We start cleaning things up. We start getting better reports, better trust in the industry. Be a good place to start. So we get a Ripple IPO, I would be so down for that, because there's way more information out there for publicly traded companies that you got for crypto. It's so much easier to work the market in publicly traded companies. It really is. There's a lot more disclosure, there's a lot more trust, and a lot more investor protection. Now, what would that mean for the price of XRP? What would scare me was XRP has been used as primary source to raise capital for Ripple. Okay, that's been the primary use of XRP. Now, you do have some big time ODL action, right? Movement of money, right? Using it as a payment medium. But the primary resource so far of XRP has been startup money and perpetual fund money for Ripple. Not a big deal. That's normal. Okay, it happens a whole bunch of times. But would they need that XRP now if they were able to get funding through their IPO? Because what happens is when they do their IPO, let's just do easy math, right? They're like, yo, we're going to release 1 million shares, and we think those shares are going to be $100 a piece. Dude, they rake in a ton of money. Now, remember, they would file that on Edgar, and you would see exactly how much they make on it, what their profit was, what they were being charged. All that is public information. Seriously, it's the coolest thing in the world. All this stuff gets disclosed. But if they were then able to raise money on sharing Ripple stock, then they wouldn't need to do that with XRP. So then you'd be sitting there going, okay, well, now what? I mean, are we just going to dump it in the market every month, 1 billion? I mean, is this how we're going to play it until it runs out? Are we just going to burn the rest of it? Is that how they get the SEC off their back, by saying, hey, look, we're not going to play. We're not going to play in the crypto sandbox anymore. So we're done with XRP. We've got our IPO here. This is our funding mechanism. Hey, whatever XRP is out there, it's out there. We can move on and do what we need to do. Everyone would be like, well, Klaus, that's not possible. Things wouldn't work. The system wouldn't work. Yes, it would. It works right now. It works right now perfectly fine, doesn't it? Scalability is not an issue right now, is it? No, it's seriously not a problem. Usage is not a problem. Overusage is not a problem. You know, the gas fees, keep it low. You can use it. It's functions fine now. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd be down for the IPO because, like I said, I can read the reports and financials real easy. I don't think it would be good for XRP itself. And because I think then you'd have this whole big segment here that there would be no oomph to tie in. Because think a lot of oomph from XRP comes from Ripple, the company, right? You got Schwartz out there always talking about it. Brad talking about it. You know, they had their proper party. You know, we're talking about XRP not being a security in the secondary markets, which is awesome. You see what I mean? Like, it's all, there's like this tie-in with Ripple and XRP, right? So a lot of the success of XRP has kind of come from Ripple itself. So now if you kind of detach that and they're like, yo, we really don't need it anymore, then, I mean, XRP stands on its own, and then you basically just got, XRPL fueling the whole thing. And, I mean, okay, like, that's cool, but, like, you really think that's going to propel, like, growth and usage? So, I don't know. This is a weird one. I mean, we're far away from it, so don't worry. We're far away from it. Why? Because, remember, the SEC in the United States is the one that approves it here. So, yeah, the SEC is not going to approve them. Happens outside the United States, hey, that'd be interesting. Very interesting to see. But we haven't even heard the slightest of rumors about that yet, nor the slightest of positioning by Ripple Labs yet to do that outside of the United States. So, but if I hear anything, I'll be sure to share it with you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, drop me a comment. Let me know what's up. I'll tell you what's up with me. I ran 5 miles today, and then I did a lifting session. I've got another 5-mile run tomorrow and a biking session tomorrow. All this in preparation so I can do a 6-hour ultra marathon on the eve of New Year's Eve. Now, if you think I should be sharing with you my training, my experience, all the fun I'm having on this adventure, let me know and I'll post it on my second channel. If I get enough interest on it, I'll start firing up. I've got a lot of cool footage of the training and stuff like that. I know some of you guys dig the training, nutrition, and all that, and like kind of what I do in my life outside of crypto. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. And well, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my recovery drink. You cool cats, though, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.